Okay, guys, let's get started. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about Windows Autopatch. So what do you mean by Windows Autopatch? Basically, it's gonna make your life easier. It's a similar concept as we have in SCCM world, like ADR, automatic deployment rule. So it's the same concept here. Okay, almost same, not exactly same, but almost similar concept here. Automatic deployment rule. But you don't have to do anything. It will configure everything for you. The only thing is you need to have license. Okay. For Windows Auto Patch, you need to have um, either E3 license or E5 license or Windows 10 and 11 enterprise license. Okay. That license you need to have. So let me go to admin.microsoft.com. Now here I have, if I expand show all and billing and then your products. So I got E3 license, I think. Yes, this is the license I have taken. Okay. So either you have to have this license, okay, for Windows Auto Patch or 1 minute, somebody joining. Hmm. Either you have this license, E3 license, right? Or you have Windows 10 and 11 enterprise license. Let me show you. So when you click on this view apps and services included with this subscription, you see Windows 11, 10, 11 enterprise license. So basically this is the main thing. Okay. You need to have it. Okay. Now, so once you have the license for this, what you need to do, you need to come back to this Intune portal and then you have tenant administration. Inside tenant administration, you have Windows Auto Patch. Now, when you come to this Windows Auto Patch, you go to connector status. So for me, I have already um, configured that one. Okay. So that's the reason I see the connector status like healthy and other things. Okay. Now, sorry, not here. Windows Auto Patch. Admin con Yeah. So when you configure Windows Auto Patch, right, it will ask you for admin contacts. So I have given this admin contacts. Okay. Um, and when you configure here, right, then what will happen? You come back to devices. You see, I got one section called Windows Auto Patch. You will not have this section in your Intune portal. Okay. Because when you enable this auto patch, then this section comes in. And then you have devices wherein it is going to show you what all devices are ready to be uh, configured, and what all devices are um, going to take updates from Windows Auto Patch. Okay, so I have got only one device which can take updates from Windows Auto Patch. Okay, so it gives you the devices which are registered, then not ready. There are some devices which are not ready. Okay, then they will come here in this section and not registered. So some devices are not registered. Why not registered? Prerequisite failed. So I can click on the device and then it is going to show me why the prerequisite is failed. So a device is a stale entry. Okay. This device is not communicated to Microsoft Entra ID in the past 28 days. So that's the reason it is an stale entry. Okay. So it will only consider the devices which are not stale. Okay. Or which are uh, enrolled to Intune or co-management, either enrolled to Intune or co-management. Okay. That's the prerequisite. If the device is only being managed by SCCM, then those devices cannot receive updates from Windows Autopatch. Are you guys clear with this? Hmm? So far?
Kashif, can you show us like how to enable that Windows Auto Patch in our missions? Like some,
Share your
yeah.
screen. I will take a look what option do you guys are getting.
Yeah. Salman, are you logged in? Pavan,
No, Chandra, I log in with my
okay.
mobile now.
Kashif, I shared my screen. Let me know. Are you able to see?
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so here you see what does it say? It says Windows Auto Patch is an automated patch management service for Windows 10 and 11 Pro or Enterprise, Windows 365 client, Windows 365 apps. So it can help you to update these things: Windows 10, 11 Pro Enterprise, Windows 365 clients, Windows 365 apps, Microsoft Teams, Azure Virtual Desktop, and Microsoft Edge. So for this, Windows 10 or 11 Enterprise E3 or higher, customer can enroll. This license is needed. Customer can enroll into this service after meeting the required prerequisite. Windows Auto Patch demos are available for all users regarding. Okay, now scroll down a little bit. Yeah, you have this checkbox which says select the checkbox and agree. I don't think it will work for you because you don't have a license. Okay, let's try. Okay, so it says not ready, right? Why it's saying not? Can you click on this view details? Hmm. You see, license is not there. Got it? That's the main. So you do not have all the licenses you need for Windows Auto Patch. So this is simple thing. You just have to have license and then you enable that one. Understood?
Okay.
Once you do that, then you will see the screen, the one which I am getting. Okay.
So we required E3 license, right, Kashif, to enable
Mm,
this? Okay, Kashif.
Windows 10, 11, E3 license. Okay. Then only it will work for you. So for that, you need to have credit card details. When you add your credit card, then only it
Okay.
will allow you to take that license. Otherwise, you won't be able to take the license. Now understand the concept here. Okay.
Okay,
So
Kashif.
let me share my screen again.
Yeah.
So I shared my screen again. So basically, when you enable that one, then you will have some devices which will come in registered mode, some devices will come in not ready mode, some devices will come in not registered mode. So I got only one device which is registered. So patches can be installed only on this device through Windows Auto Patch. So those devices which are uh, showing up here, you do not need to deploy any other policy to those devices through Intune. Okay, because Windows Auto Patch is going to create multiple policies itself. So the benefit of that, you see what happens. You can also choose discover devices to scan all the devices which is available to register. Okay, so it will sync in progress. It is going to check the Microsoft Entra ID to find out if any new device is eligible to come here. Then it's going to register those devices. Now let me go to release management. So Windows quality update and feature update. Let me click on. Hmm. When you come to this release announcement, it's going to give you the list of updates which are going to get installed on the devices. So in the month of November, there are three updates released. Okay, these three updates, and in the month of December, these three updates for Windows 10 and 11, right? So it's gonna everything is allowed. The driver update, the Microsoft 365 updates, and quality update. Now, by default, what happens? It creates some configuration profile. So I'll show you what the moment you enable Windows Auto Patch, then you come to this Windows and then you go to configuration profile. So it creates multiple configuration profile itself. Okay, as you see here, Windows Auto Patch data collection. This one, Auto Patch for Edge update channel uh, stable. Windows Auto Patch MDM wins over GPU. This is for Office configuration. Then these are all coming because automatically. I have not created them. By default, they came in. Okay, ring one ring. So first, um, the Windows update happens on the devices on the test group. The devices which are part of test group. Then ring one, right? Then ring two, then ring three, right? And then the last one is this one. So some devices which will be in the test group, they will receive this policy. Okay, how? Because of the group, which I will show you. So first you understand when you enable this one, Windows Auto Patch, it creates multiple groups. You see, these are the groups it has created. Okay, automatically. Now, these groups, sorry, these are not the group, these are the configuration profiles. So these are the configuration profiles which it has created. So let me click on the test one. I got conflict. Why? Because I have already created some different uh, update configuration profile. That's the reason both are conflicting with each other. Now, if I click on this update ring setting, you see it's 0 days. Okay. So on the same day when the updates will get released from Microsoft, on the same day the updates will get installed on the uh, test devices. Okay. Then let me go back to the ring one. So ring one is going to after 1 day. This is for pilot devices. So after 1 day, the update will get installed on the devices. Okay. And we have some deadline as well. Okay. Then ring two. Ring two is for after 6 days. Okay. After 6 days, the patches will get installed on the target devices. Okay. So we will have some devices in ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, right? The ring 3 after 9 days, I think. Yes, you see, 9 days. After 9 days, the patches will get installed on the target devices. Okay. What is there in the last one? Let me see. After 11 days. Last one after 11 days. So it starts with 0, then 6, then uh, 9, and then 11. So after 11 days, this update will get installed on the target devices. Okay, so these are the configuration profiles. So some devices will receive, the test devices will receive this policy, then pilot devices will receive this policy, then some devices will receive this policy, and ring 3 mostly the all the devices of the production devices. uh, okay, this is going to receive this policy, all the devices, I mean, apart from the test and pilot. And last one, if updates are still not installed in some of the devices, like some critical devices where the updates will get installed on the last, so those devices will come into this one. Generally, all the devices will go into the ring 1. So these are the configuration by default it created. Now, let me show you the groups. Your job, what you have to do after this patch, auto patch, configuration. Your job is to add the devices in appropriate group. That's it. So when you come to this, you have Windows Auto Patch. You see, modern workplace all. This one, virtual machine. These are all created by itself. Okay, modern. Okay, service reader, service administrator, Windows Auto Patch. You see Windows Auto Patch, and then the main ones are these ones. Auto Patch, the last one, ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, and test. Okay, and this one, device registration. So your task is to add the devices into these groups. So the test devices will come into this group, right? The pilot devices, ring 1 devices will go into ring 1 group, ring 2 devices will go into ring 2 group, ring 3 devices will go into ring 3, and the last will go. So that's the only thing you have to do, nothing else. You don't have to look for the configuration because everything will happen automatically, and devices will receive the policy according to the um, assignment. So one device cannot be part of any two different groups. Suppose you added a device into this group, you cannot add the device into the other group because there will be a conflict. Okay, got it?
What is the difference between ring 2 and ring 3?
Ring 2 and ring 3, only the time difference. Okay, when you, these are the groups, right? So when you go back to the devices and then Windows and then configuration profile. So basically the configuration profile you have to look on. So ring 2 and ring 3 you are saying. So ring 2. So after 6 days, the patches will get installed. Okay. So suppose Microsoft release the update on 1st of January, but the patches will get installed on 6th or 7th of January because the default time is 6 days.
Kashif,
Got it?
we can change as per our requirement this
We
number
can,
of days. Okay.
we can.
Also, one more thing, like we cannot, we can able to change the names, Kashif. Like here, Windows Auto Patch Update Policy default ring 2 is there, right? As per our
Mm.
requirement, we can change the name as well with that. Yeah,
Name
this names
this
and
one.
all. Ring 1, ring 2, ring 3. Like as per our requirement, like we can suppose.
Basic. Yes, we can change.
Okay, so even if you change that also, it will sync the policies, right, Kashif?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's just the name, right?
Yeah. Because I thought like it comes from the automatically it is enabled, right? So
No,
if you
no.
change it, something it will. Okay.
No, we will change. Let's see. Suppose if you would like to change this one, ring one, for example. So I'm gonna click on basic. So instead of one, I'm gonna make like this one. Okay. And I will also edit this one. Suppose instead of one, I'm gonna give two, right? Yes, everything can be modified.
Okay, Kashif.
Okay. So it is gonna make your life easier. You just have to add the devices into a specific group. That's it. So that the patches will get installed accordingly on the devices. Okay. So the patches, when you come to the devices here, so patches will get installed only on this device for me because this is the only device which passed the test and it is active, registered, right? Last check-in, enrollment date and time. Hmm. You see, ring one, sorry, test 0 day. That means on the same day, the patches will get installed on the uh, devices. So not applicable because it's a test machine. Now this is going to be deployed on the test machines. Now ring one. So dynamic group 1%. So about one for me, one machine is there, right? So 1% of the devices you add in ring one. Ring 2, you add 90%, 9% of the devices. Okay. And ring 3, you add 90% of the devices. And last, in case some critical devices are there, wherein you have to install the updates at the later stage, then you add the devices into that one. And this is the policy. This is like a dashboard. 0 day to 6, 9, 11. Okay. Okay, guys. All good. Now, when you come to this report section, and then you go to Windows Update, and then you go to reports. So here you can get the report like Windows feature update report, Windows expedited update, Windows feature update device readiness. So this is the section wherein you will be able to see the reports. Okay. And device configuration report where the policies are getting applied. So yeah, so Windows update, it's applied to 2 devices successfully and 3 device conflict. Okay. And in the report, you can also get the report from here, profile configuration status. And Windows Autopatch quality update report and Windows Autopatch Windows feature update report. These are the 2 sections where you can see the reports. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And it's gonna give you like dashboard kind of thing. Okay. And reports. These are the 2 sections wherein you can get the reports. quality update. So device count 1, up to date 1. Okay. Device count 1, in progress 1, up to date 0. Not up to date. Okay. In progress. So I got only one device, and that is part of this group, Windows Autopatch test group. It says in progress. Okay, guys. Hmm? Any question? Anyone? No question? All good?
Yes, Kashif.
Manish, Pawan, Salman, Chandra. Okay, so
No
it's not
questions.
a very you know new thing in Intune. Basically, you have seen this kind of deployment in SCCM. In SCCM, we have automatic deployment rule. It's a similar concept here, ADR.
Yeah, in SCCM we need to run every month manually the rules once, but here automatically it will happen, right,
No,
Kashi?
why you will have to run manually? You just give
Okay,
the schedule in
okay,
SCCM, schedule that every month it should run at uh, second Wednesday or third Wednesday or something like that.
okay.
If you wanna pause, then you can also do like this, expedited or suppose driver update. So you can disable from here. You can also pause it from here. Suppose Windows update, quality update. Let's say we deployed updates to test one, right? Then ring one, ring two. Now in ring two, we identified some issues, right? So we will not go with the deployment. So we will pause this. Okay. Justification. This pause is related to Windows update. You can provide justification and pause deployment. Okay. Okay. I wanted to show you one thing called filter. I don't know whether we have talked about filter or not. So filter, and you can also create device categories from here. So let me create device category. So create device category, for example, IT devices. Next, next, create. So I got two categories, HR and IT devices. So the devices which you have, suppose if you go to the Windows section here, and let me click on any one of the devices. So you go to the properties here and you can change the category from HR to IT devices. Depends on you. Suppose this device belongs to IT, you can choose IT and save. Also, when user will enroll the device initially, it will ask user to choose the device category, whether it's IT device or HR device. So user will have that option. You can also disable that option if you don't want user to choose, then you can disable. So this is for the categorization. Now coming back to filter. So tenant administration, and we have um, filter here. So we can create filter, um, manage devices, for example, only personal devices, Windows 10, and later next. And I'm gonna choose the device ownership is equal to personal. Okay, and then next and create. So I created only personal devices. Now suppose you have to deploy a policy on all the devices except personal devices, or you need to deploy policies only on personal devices, depends on you. So let's go to apps, for example, and then I'll go to Windows. Suppose I need to deploy this application company portal on all the devices except personal devices. So I'm gonna go to properties and then assignment. So here, as you see, filter is none. Okay, so it's gonna deploy on all the Windows 10 machines, but I would like to deploy only on corporate devices, not on personal devices. So I'm gonna choose filter mode, which says none. I'm gonna click on none, and then I will have to choose exclude filter devices. Which one? Only personal devices. Exclude them. Okay, exclude and select. And then you can click on review plus save. What will happen? Let's say this device has 100 machines and only personal devices got 10 machines. So 100 minus 10 is equal to 90. So the deployment will go only to 90 machines. Is that clear, everyone?
Yeah, it's like excluding the collection. In SCCM scenario, we are
Yes,
excluding the
same
implementation.
concept, same
Okay.
concept. You can also include, suppose you would like to deploy only to the um, personal devices. So you can also include collection. Okay, it's basically to narrow down some uh, deployments.
Kashif, I have one question. Like through
Mhm.
Intune, like how we can check like what are the CVs deployed in our organization for particular month. So is there any way to check that? In SCCM we have like how many CVs we deployed.
Through Intune.
Yeah.
What all updates we have installed?
Yeah, yes, Kashif, like if somebody any some vulnerabilities and like usually security team will ask like what are the CVs deployed this month, and every 3 months or they will ask for that CVs list. So is there any way to check here?
I don't think so. Until and unless you have Windows Autopatch. In Autopatch, we have release management where we can see, right?
Okay.
You see, it also creates these ones, update rings here. I don't think you will be able to see the list of KBs, right?
Yeah, yeah, Kashif.
So we'll go to devices and then monitor. Uh, for update ring deployment. Mhm. No, not here, but when you enable this Windows Windows Auto Patch, then in release management, you can see the updates which will get installed on the target devices for November month and December month.
Okay, Kashif.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I will take a look on the course content. I think everything is completed, but still I'm gonna check and give you uh, cover those pending topics. Hmm.
I think we have not enrolled the corporate iOS, iPad, and Mac.
How will we do that? We don't have those devices, no? If you do you have the device?
No, sir.
So how can we do that? If you have a device, which is like, you know, wherein you can, wherein you can format that device. So what we can do, we can enroll the device as a corporate device. Enrollment process is almost similar, right? So you just have to follow the steps and then the device will get enrolled as corporate device. I have shown that to you in the Android one as a personal device. But for Android, if you would like to do it as a corporate, then you have to wipe the device, do factory reset of the device, and then initially you will have option to scan the QR code as a corporate one device, and then you can build enroll the device as corporate. Okay.
Yes. And how many classes are remaining now?
I will take a look on the
Can-
course content. Hopefully everything is completed. Okay. But in case if
and
anything is pending, I will show that to you. Yes. Yes. Any question?
Kashif, just now I shared through WhatsApp. Can you look into that screenshot?
Mm-hmm.
That
CVE
one,
number.
yeah, yeah, that one only asking Kashif. So the
Okay.
KBs and
This
this one is same.
no KB is different. Na? CVE means vulnerability, and
Yeah.
if this vulnerability will be fixed by some KBs.
Okay.
So when you click on this CVE number, then it is going to show you which KBs are responsible to fix these vulnerabilities. This is
Okay.
Intune screenshot or what?
No, Kashif, this is I took it from internet.
Okay. So CVE means vulnerability, critical vulnerability event. So you can also raise, anybody can raise the vulnerability to Microsoft saying that these are the vulnerability I found. Can you fix these vulnerability? So what they will do, they will look into this, and if they find that it's a genuine issue, then they will release updates for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kashif.
Okay, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye, Kashif.
Bye.